the next presenter is from Industrial Engineering Department, Universitas Indonesia, from Arindy and Amalia Suzianti. So you're still with me, Rizky Adam from Swiss German University. Arindy and Amalia Suzianti has investigated about digital wallets, yeah. For more specific, it's about intention to use digital wallets, and there are some variables. And interestingly, the sample, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the sample has 3 samples, different sample. It's about X generation, Y generation, and Z generation. So please welcome Arindy and Amalia. Time and place, Arindy and Amalia. Arindy. Yes, Arindy. Okay, time and place yours.
Okay, I will share the screen.
Please. Yeah. We can see your screen.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself briefly. My name is Arindy from Department of Industrial Engineering, Universitas Indonesia.
Okay.
So today I will explain about our paper. It is developing digital wallet services in Indonesia, a multi-generation perspective. Our first background is the pioneers of the world economy in the future are digital business and technology. It is because Indonesia is a potential market. Indonesia has population around 250 million people. And Indonesian have big of the digital company like GoPay, OVO, Link Aja, Dana, and Paytren. One of mobile payment company or digital wallet company, Dana, focuses on 170 million smartphone users in Indonesia. Besides that, using digital wallet provides more benefit. But in Indonesian, cash transactions are preferred because people feel more secure to deal with something they can hold. And one of the factors that influence someone to adopt a digital wallet is a recommendation from the closest person. But each generation has different characteristic and perspective in their choices.
Yeah.
And we think that should be investigated that what factors influence user intention to use and recommend digital wallets based on multi-generation perspective. So it is our research purpose. First, we develop a conceptual models of factor influencing user intention to use and recommend digital wallets. And then we analyze the factor that influence the intention to use and recommend a digital wallet based on the perspective of multi-generation preference. After that, we provide recommendation for strategies to improve service quality based on the perspective of multi-generational preference. It's our research methodology. First, we state the research background and then we formulating problem and state the research purposes. And the second step is developing model and collecting data. We develop and testing questionnaire and then we validate questionnaire with the expert on the digital wallet in Indonesia. And then we share the online questionnaire to the respondent. After that, after get the questionnaire, the result of the questionnaire, we measure the structural tests for the pilot study and the full model study. And then we start the research hypothesis testing and result analysis and implication, and we create the strategy analysis with important performance analysis and topsis. In the end of the research, we draw conclusion and state the limitation of the research. And here is our conceptual model. We have 9 of the hypotheses, and on the right side, we have the conceptual model that's modified from the Chatterjee and Singh. From the data collection and measurement, we evaluate the measurement models of the outer models with the indicator reliability tests, convergent validity tests, composite reliability tests, discriminant validity tests, and variance inflection factor tests. And the result is the validity and the result is all of the indicator is reliable and valid. And we also evaluate the structural model, inner models, R-squared test, and chi-squared test. And the result is good. It's the result of the structural equation model. In generation X, there is 2 of the hypotheses are rejected, and for the generation Y, there is 3 rejected, 3 of hypotheses rejected, and for the generation Z, there are 4 hypotheses are rejected. From the result of the structural equation model, we create the strategy recommendation from the accepted of the factor that accepted, that is perceived ease of use, perceived usefulness, compatibility, perceived behavior control, and trust. And this strategy is from the expert on digital wallet expert in Indonesia. First is perceived ease of use. The strategy is avoiding scrolling too much horizontally or vertical on the interface screen. And for the perceived usefulness, creating campaigns targeting to the small, medium enterprise or entrepreneur and for the end user, and then creating an online guide on how to transact with digital wallets. And for the compatibility, the strategy is collaborate with state-owned bank for the online transportation and retail to complement the top-up services, and complete bill payment services that are not yet available, like Samsat, BPJS, and etc. And cooperating with transportation services provides that are not yet available on digital wallet application, and increase the choice of transaction method like ADC machine, QR code, NFC, RFID, and KRIS. For the perceived behavior control, the strategy is provides automatic report instantly when there are problem with transaction. And for the trust, the strategy is to provide assistance option on the menu interface, such as providing a virtual help desk or toll-free customer services number, or providing the closest service location to solve customer problem. It's the strategy analysis between importance performance analysis and top sys. In here, the result of importance performance analysis, the top priority strategy is strategy number 7, strategy number 6, and strategy number 2. And for the top sys, the top of the high priority strategy is now the rank number 1 is strategy 7, strategy 2 in rank 2, and strategy 1 in rank 3.
Okay.
And then the conclusion, this research focuses on strategies for developing digital wallet services in Indonesia. This research model uses 10 latent variables, namely perceived ease of use, perceived usefulness, attitude, compatibility, perceived behavior control, trust, where the hypothesis will be seen its effect on intention to use, actual use, perceived satisfaction, recommendation to use with characteristic manifest variable. And there are 9 hypotheses used in forming the digital wallet acceptance model in generation X, Y, and Z. And then factors that influence user intention to use and recommendation digital wallet in generation X are perceived is obvious, perceived usefulness, compatibility, and trust. And the factor influence in generation Y is perceived usefulness, perceived behavior control, and trust. And factor that influence intention to use and recommend digital wallet in generation Z are perceived is obvious and perceived usefulness. From this result, there are 10 strategic recommendations relating to perceived is obvious and perceived usefulness, compatibility, privacy, and trust. And the best strategy recommendation given for generation X is cooperate with online transportation payment. And the improvement best strategy recommendation given for generation Y, generation Z is creating campaign in various promotional media targeting entrepreneurs or small medium enterprise to collaborate. Okay, I think that's all of my slide. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Arindy from Universitas Indonesia. Can you go back one page to your conclusions? Sorry, Arindy, can you go back to the conclusion page?
Okay.
Can you go back to the conclusion page slides?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Arindy. It's very interesting, yeah, Arindy, to see your research findings, yeah, regarding digital wallets, intention to use digital wallets with several variables. My first question, Bapak Ibu, you also can join here with our discussion, so please be ready with your questions. My first question to open, before we dig in with your variables, but can you explain to us your definition regarding generation X, Y, Z? It's about the age range. So hopefully we can have the same understanding with the definition of each generation.
Okay, I will answer the question. Thank you, sir.
For X.
Okay. For generation X, Y, Z, it's maybe have the different of definition, but in this, but in this paper, we the generation X is the age is between above 14, above 40. Sorry.
Above 40.
Above 40.
Okay.
And for the generation Y is 20, between 20 and 40.
20 and 40. Maybe, 20 and 40, yeah?
Yes.
For X above 40, for Y 20 until 40.
Yes.
Okay, good. For Z?
And for Z is under 20.
Okay, started with 19, yeah? Yes. Okay, can you help us from whose definition about it, about X, Y, Z?
Yeah, this definition is, I'm forget, but it is from the, how to say, Kementerian Kewanitaan dan Pemudaan in English.
Oh, okay, from Indonesia? In
Indonesia.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Arindy. Okay. Now, my next question, Arindy, yeah. So before you finally decided to choose your 10 Latin variables,
yes.
Can you explain a bit your process? How come you decide to choose those 10 Latin variables?
Okay. I will show the conceptual model.
Yeah.
Okay, this conceptual model is developed, modified from the Chatterjee and Singh et al. Okay. But I can show the the original model from the Chatterjee and Singh, but
Okay.
the idea is there is a combine from the Chatterjee et al. Like perceived ease of use, perceived usefulness, attitude, and from the
Okay.
Singh is compatibility, perceived behavioral control, and trust.
Mhm. Did
Yeah.
you like observe the market first, like like conducting observation or in-depth interview or a discussion with the expert? So after that, like after you got like a good understanding about it, and then you come to the exploring the journals, and then until you found Chatterjee et al. 2018 and Singh et al. 2020. Did you conduct like observation first?
Yes.
And-
Before
Okay.
we develop the conceptual model, we are
Uh-huh.
consulting with the expert in we know OFO and Link Aja. Oh, sorry. OFO
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, Link Aja.
Okay. I mean, why I'm asking this? Because if we're talking about a digital wallet, if you ask your respondent, like, like about perceived ease of use,
Yeah.
I can sense that people outside in the market, of course, when you ask about perceived ease of use or perceived usefulness, let's say, yeah, let's focus on the perceived usefulness. Of course,
Okay.
people outside in the market will say, oh yeah, a digital wallet is it's good, yeah, give me good usefulness, give me good benefit, give me good advantages, A, B, C,
Yes.
D. But I think it's a matter of behavior, right? It's very difficult to change people's behavior or consumers' behavior. If you ask about the usefulness, yeah, or ease of use, yeah, of digital wallets, uh, I don't know, based on your experience, yeah, how's
Okay.
the score result you get from your study? Did they say like 4, 5, 4, 5, or did you get any unique insights from it when you ask about perceived usefulness? What score mostly did you get?
Okay. For the perceived usefulness, we get the big score for the questionnaire. Yes.
Okay, and my next question is, why did you still interested yet to focus on the perceived usefulness?
Okay.
Arindy, yeah.
Okay. Because between the generation X, Y, Z is have the difference of perspective about perceived usefulness. Like in generation X,
Hmm.
they said that the result or the the point is not
There is.
big as the
Mhm,
generation Y and Z. So in here's
mhm,
the they have different perspective uh,
mhm,
of the factors influence intention to use.
mhm.
Because of it, there is difference of generation X, Y, Z factors that
Yeah.
influence intention to use in a digital wallet in Indonesia.
Okay, thank you, Arindy. Last question, Arindy, from Ibu or Mbak Olivia Bunga. What is the difference between ITA and TOPSIS?
Okay.
Are the results different?
Okay, I will try to answer the question. I think it's a good question. Here is only the result of the importance performance analysis and TOPSIS. But what is the difference? The difference is importance performance analysis have a quadrant. Quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. Quadrant 1 is keep up the good work. It means the
Mhm,
strategy is done well. And then the second
mhm,
is possibility overkill. It
mhm,
means the strategy is useless. And
mhm,
then the low priority is it means the strategy uh, better not to use. And here is concentrate here. is the high priority of the important performance analysis. But in TOPSIS, uh, on but in TOPSIS filter that the high priority until the low priority with the rank. So what what about the result?
Mhm.
For the result, import IPA and TOPSIS
Mhm.
is have the similarity of result because in the quadrant 4 in IPA, strategy 7, strategy 6, and strategy 2 is the high priority. And strategy 7, strategy 6, and strategy 2 in TOPSIS, it have a good rank. Strategy 7 in rank 1, and the second rank is the strategy 2, strategy 6 in the fourth rank. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much, Arindy. I think time is up here for your
Yeah.
session, so we have to move to the next presenter. Thank you very much, Arindy.
Thank you very much.